Hey, y'all. It's Michelle from Monkey's Creations. Come on in. Let me try to find you here. I'm having to go live on my Logitech because my iPad isn't fully charged and I'm afraid that it will go bad. Why won't it let me switch? Oh well. Good morning, good morning. Thanks, Judith. How are y'all? So we are making the gingerbread kit. So what comes in the kit, good morning, is your large flower board, this red mesh, your zip ties. The one we're doing today is the little gingerbread man with the snowflake. So you get the whole roll of the red with the snowflake, and you get 3 of the snowflake picks. Okay. The other one that is available is this. I'm going to get this scarf down. Just take it out. Is the adorable gingerbread with the little scarf. You get the same mesh, the same board, the same zip ties, but it comes with this ribbon. Is that, I have to forget, I'm on a smaller camera, y'all, so you'll have to remind me. So that's what comes in that kit. Both of these are available at monkeyscreations.com. I'm also starting de-stash kits. So there's some sunflower kits on my website, and more de-stash kits will be coming because y'all, it's just, the madness got to end. So let me bring you down. And I do apologize again. I am on my Logitech, so it's a little bit of a smaller camera, but you'll still be able to see it, I promise. Good morning, good morning. I was going to say your site looks smaller. Yes, it is, because I'm on a different camera system. All right, so I have gone ahead and cut all my mesh. I did wood burn it because we're just doing ruffles on this one. So they are all cut 10 by 10. All my tails are 14 inches. And I've got 8 of those. And then we have a whole lot of ribbon left to do a bow and do whatever we want to do from there. Thanks, Dana. Johnny, he was so excited. He won gold in the grappling tournament this weekend. I did not go because, you know, the first one that hits my son, I might have ended up in the rink with them. So I stayed home and just waited for the videos. So what I've done is I've loaded all of row 2, 3, 4, and 5. I have marked where my tails are going to go. So I'm starting up here at the top with the tails, and we're doing every other. No tails on row 3, and then every other on row 4. Okay. So I did go ahead and start. These are the ones that weren't getting tails. So we are just going to ruffle and add our tails at the same time. It was. And you know, the funny thing is, so I'm just finding my middle and I'm going to scrunch it. Bringing the two tails together, just like that, kind of lining them up. And then we're going to add all of this at the same time. So 10 by 10. And we're going to scrunch right up the middle. Just like that. And we're going to put these right on top of that zip tie. Put our tail in and zip it up. So that's what it's going to look like. Okay. Just looking for my tools, my needle nose. So all of these are getting tails. So, but what I was saying was I had to get started, at least do a couple. Is both of my kids were actually varsity wrestlers in high school. But it's a little different now because, you know, Johnny's a man, so he's fighting men. And so I was just like, and he already has a torn rotator cuff from his high school wrestling years. So it just, I think, scares me a little bit more. Than it did when they were in high school wrestling. So yes, I am putting the tails in every other. You can put them in every one if you would like. It's almost like grappling is, it's almost like wrestling, except you're able to do a few more things, if that makes sense. They're all kind of, so he does, you know, several different ones. He does grappling, he does gi, he does non-gi. So they're all just a little bit different in the rules, but all pretty much the same, if that makes sense. The basics are the same. No, jiu-jitsu is not the same as wrestling. Good morning, good morning. Girl, don't be talking about my nails. I was supposed to go get my nails done with Tay, but then that didn't happen, y'all. No, his gym is actually in Houston. But there is a new gym opening up right down the road. So he might switch, but he's not sure yet. Hello, hello. Oh, watch. Okay, so who's watched The Watcher on Netflix? Oh my goodness. And I still don't know who it is. And I guess they still don't know to this day who it is. But who do y'all think it is if you've watched it? Well, there's Lord Franklin. I can't tell you who it is because they never tell you. My tails are 14 inches. So the ruffles are 10 inches. The tails are 14. You couldn't get into it. Just keep watching it. I promise you'll get into it. And who my daughter watched it after I did, and she kept coming in and asking questions, and I'm like, you just gotta watch it. You just gotta watch it. And then she comes, she's like, they never tell you. She was so upset. I'm like, I know. She's like, you lied to me. I'm like, I didn't lie to you. I just said you gotta watch it. It was good. But I kept thinking, oh, it's her. And then it was like, nope, it's not. Oh, it's him. Nope, it's not. In school and really realized how fake. Yeah. Yeah. And I didn't realize it was a real story when I was watching it. And so then I had to Google it. Um, and they still to this day don't know who it was. I am working on the gingerbread kit that is available on my website, monkeyscreations.com. So this little guy, isn't he adorable? Hey, hey. So we are doing 10-inch ruffles with 14-inch tails. It's like the manifest, right? So now I'm back to the Housewives of Jersey Shore. Oh my God. Oh, I know, the realtor. So I guess we shouldn't be giving too much away because maybe there's some people who haven't watched it yet. So I guess I should be quiet. Now I'm talking. I knew I would. Oh God, I can't believe I've gotten into these. I couldn't get into the Dallas one though. He is. Well, he hasn't been here all week because Tay was out of town. So he hasn't seen the final Halloween outside done, but he'll be here tonight. But more of my purple lights did come in. So I'll get those out there. All right, so there's row one. So we're just going to clip off those zip ties. Oh, thanks. So we did row 2. Now we're going to row 3, and these are only getting ruffles, y'all. Just ruffles. Now you can also use clips to hold back these ruffles if they start to get on your nerves. But I love this mesh. Can you see that? It's like a jute border. Yep, just a ruffle. Plain old ruffle. No, I haven't done the inside yet. This weekend, I knew I needed to do laundry and catch up on my sennas, get those back in stock, update the website, clean it up. So that's what I did all weekend. So there are new sennas available. And y'all, look, I'm going to be honest. They're only available because I cleaned up the craft room, right? And I just found them. I was like, well, where did all this rope come from? No, my laundry's not done. Why y'all gotta call me out? I did get most of it done. But you know, some days, y'all, making sennas is like so relaxing for me. I just sit at the table, watch my shows, and make sennas all day in between the laundry, and it's just so relaxing. So I needed a day to just relax. Well, most of it anyway. I know, I do too. I'd rather just buy new socks every week than to clean and fold socks. So if you have those big, let me see if I can show you. If you have, here they are, right where they're supposed to be. Isn't it amazing? So if you have these big clips from Dollar Tree or anywhere, if you just want to make it a little bit easier, just take those big clips and hold all this mesh out of your way if you want. You're not going to hurt the mesh. It's not going to be on there long enough to do anything. But see how it holds it back and kind of keeps it out of your way? Right? Hit the subscribe button. All right, last one on this row. No, I hate matching socks. When the kids were in high school, I finally got smart and we each had our own color-coded socks. Which made it really easy. But then I kind of got away from doing that. Hi, hi. But look how big and fluffy this is going to be. Okay, so we've done row 2 with every other tail. Row 3 is just all ruffles. So now we're going to go to row 4. Now what I do is we're going to find our top. So right here's our top. So we've got tail, tail, tail. Okay, that way this one sits right in the middle. So that's where I'm going to start. And I kind of put an X on my board, but you can't see it. So I apologize. Hold on. I just got confused. Tail, tail. Tail. Okay. So I'm actually going to put this one in, and we're going to kind of go out of order from what I normally do, because so right up here, this is the top. So the Gingy is going to kind of sit right there, and then my bow is going to sit right here. So this part actually needs no tails, right? Because you don't want to cover them up. So this one is just a ruffle. You haven't tried this method? Oh, try it. It is really, it's fun. It's nice and full. So this one is going to get a tail. I know it's bright. Yep, the mesh is cut at 10 inches. All right, let's make our bow. I really just like this camera for this view, just because you don't see the whole thing, but it'd be all right. As long as you can see what I'm doing. Gotta go. Have a great day. Now this is just the basic ribbon that comes in this kit. If you want to add a ribbon or anything else to this, you definitely can. So if you wanted to add, you know, a solid white, you could. How much is the shipping? It just depends on where you live, hon. I can't tell you. Anywhere from $8 to $12 is about the average. So you can make it all one color or all one ribbon like this. Or if you have a little bit of white, like an end of a roll, you can definitely add your own piece of ribbon. So I'm going to do that. Look how pretty that is together. So if you have a plain white, you could definitely add it. Mortgage out to ship, right? But this would look gorgeous using all of just that red and snowflake ribbon. But if you have a piece that you're just dying to get rid of, to throw the roll away, these are perfect ways to use it. And then we're going to go back to the one. Now my bow is sitting on the bottom, so I can do my big tails. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, we won't mention the UK shipping. Okay, so you still have just a little bit left If you wanted to add an extra tail or make a door hanger with it, you could definitely do that. How big? Hold on, I missed that. Oh, how big is this going to be? We'll measure it when I get it back down here. You haven't tried the ruffle with adding ribbon? Try it, girl. Try it. All right. Flip our bow. You'd be bankrupt. Yeah, shipping to Canada or anything outside the continental United States is definitely not cheap. Okay, so there's your one side. Okay, so we'll get it fixed a little bit better once we get it on our board. So I'm trying to find my top. So this is my top. So our bow is going to go right here. So I'm thinking we just need one more tail. Okay. I really need to switch my mat around. I know I say that every time I'm live, don't I? One day I'll do it. One day. The Watcher is on Netflix. Okay, so we've got just a plain ruffle. Okay, this one's getting this tail. Shipping's not that bad, y'all. I promise. But if you're selling enough locally and you don't have to worry about shipping, then I bow to you. Okay, so the rest of these are only going to get a ruffle. So I'm just cutting these off as we go because it's starting to get a little tight in here. And before you ask me, it doesn't make any difference if you start from the outside in or the inside out. You're still going to have a lot of mesh to move around. Or work under or over or... Will you ever get the bee flower kit? You mean with the darn it, the black rhinestone with the bee on top? Is that the one you're talking about? And you could definitely come shop. You could definitely come shop here, that's for sure. But not for too much longer, because I'm getting ready to have another huge D-stash sale in the VIP group. Hey, hey. See, I like this method because you can literally just kind of move all of those ruffles in and out. And I just love how full that looks. Okay. I did wood burn my mesh anytime, because look, this is a value mesh on the inside. So anytime you have a border mesh like this, where it's got these borders, it's all value mesh right here. And that can fray really bad. So I always would burn this kind of mesh, especially if I'm doing a ruffle. And it doesn't matter what kind of mesh I use. If I'm just doing a ruffle, I'm going to wood burn it. Okay. All right. So I have 3 pieces left. Let's find the top again. So this is my top. My bow is going to go right here. So let's just add these 3 pieces. Your big clips would definitely be awesome right now. So I want to make sure I get one up here to give our gingerbread a piece of mesh to sit on. And then we're going to put one right in the middle. How do I decide which one's the top? I'll turn it over in just a minute and I'll show you. Okay, so I'm going to add one more Hello, hello. So right here, you'll see two holes close together. So that's considered the top of your board. Okay. But I'm going to put a piece right here in this middle. And that's going to fill it right in. Okay. So our bow is going to sit right here. Our gingerbread is going to sit right here. Oh, thanks, Beverly. So it's going to sit right like that. So you just find two holes. Oh, hold on. Extra zip tie in there. Get all these tails out of my way. Okay, so I'm just getting it just tight enough to where that bow isn't sucked down into the wreath. And then our little Gingy is going to sit right there. So I did already go ahead and put a hole right here. Okay, actually I'm going to use, look, I'm going to use a pipe cleaner because it's going to be easier. And there's no cussing allowed on a live. Now it's light enough. You could probably just do one. Let's just do that. So I'm just going to cut a little slit on each side of him. Just enough for the pipe cleaner or the zip tie, whatever you're using, to go right through him. we're just going to kind of stick him right there. So we're just going to find a set of holes. And then you can even see how I brought his foot into that loop. So you can make him part of your bow. Okay, let's cut all of these. Okay, get these curled up. Good morning. Yep, you could definitely add some fake cookies to him. But we still have the snowflakes to add. Bless you. Bless you. My son's sneezing, y'all. 3 times and then he should be good. Okay, so that's kind of what we have so far. And then we've got these amazing snowflake picks. So you can either, they come right off, or if you twist them a little bit and get that glue, then these will come right off. So you can use the whole pick and zip tie it in, or you can just cut it off a little bit and glue it. I will probably glue mine in. So we got one here, so we could go up here or we could go down here. I think I like it down here. So there you go. Look how stinking cute that is. I didn't bring my glue gun in or I would glue it in, but go back so you can see the whole thing. Isn't it cute? Adorable. And you have You could maybe make a few, like 3 more tails if you wanted to add more tails, or whatever you wanted to do with that extra piece right there. But just something simple. There's not a lot to it. And you can, that bow, you can use this ribbon as well, and not add the white. But if you have some white you're trying to get rid of, or just taking up space, whatever, just use it. So that is your snowflake gingerbread kit. And again, I'm sorry about the screen size. I just didn't want my iPad dying on me. So there's that one. And then this is the other gingerbread kit. So you can make them both the same way. I would probably add, well, you could definitely add more ribbon tails if you wanted, you know, whatever. This one doesn't come with the snowflakes because he didn't have a snowflake on him. So that is your other option for your kit. So that is it. There are D-stash kits available on my website. All Santas, I believe, are back in stock. Numbers are updated. New pictures have been taken so that it looks a little bit nicer on my website. What else? What else? I do have some more kits coming with the Snowflake Santas. So those are on the way. VIP, we will see you tonight for chit chat. So if you have any questions, definitely make sure you go post your questions on the live event. So we will see y'all tonight at 7. Otherwise, the rest of y'all, I may see you tomorrow. We'll see. All right. Bye, y'all. Oh, hold on. I forgot how to end the live. There we go.